creative. I urge you to support equal marriage rights for all couples by voting yes when the marriage equality legislation soon to be considered comes to the floor of the Senate. Religious faiths have the right to determine for themselves whose marital unions they will sanctify, but the state has no business denying this fundamental civil right to all its citizens, as our Governor Chris Gregoire has stated so eloquently. Human rights should not go to a vote as in a referendum. I urge you to take this step, vote yes on the upcoming marriage equality legislation, and make our state a place where all loving couples can enjoy the many benefits of civil marriage. Such an action takes moral courage. Such an action takes moral courage, and I believe that you have that moral courage. We've seen it many times. Domestic partnerships are good, but they stop short of full equality. They are the equivalent of archaic separate but equal laws, which have hampered this nation's progress and cast aspersions on our national character. Please do your part to end this unfair infringement on our citizens' civil rights.
I got to tell you that I knew that this was going to be an issue, particularly here in South Whidbey. I had a town meeting in Stanwood yesterday, and it wasn't even brought up. I thought that was interesting.
Wow.
And it's really been wasn't about it this morning at the League of Women Voters, although there wasn't a whole lot of time. First of all, you know, you've all read my statement in the paper, and I want you to know that I had just finished chairing a committee, and I walked down off the podium, and this young man sticks his microphone in mouth and says, "What do you think?" You know, for me personally, this isn't a tough issue. There's no question about it. It's probably one of the tougher issues that I've faced over my legislative career, because the state has moved progressively forward in this issue. And I don't disagree with you. However, I must represent the entire 10th district. And you know as well as I know, there are a lot of fundamental people in this community.
Whatever.
This issue goes
Whatever.
and that's true, and I'm done. You know, I respect them
Civil
as
rights, if we were black, you would not be saying that.
well, and I'm sorry.
White woman was not able to be married in the 60s. But now you're saying a woman and a woman can't get married. This is about civil rights.
Yes, it is.
This is about what
I will finish your statement. I will tell you that I believe that this issue needs to go to the vote of the people. Now, I know you don't agree with me, you don't say that, but I will tell you it will get to the vote of the people one way or the other. Because if it does not get there through passing it in the legislature, there will be a referendum to put it on the vote of the people.
Now, I would like to say that I agree with you that it probably will get to a vote of the people. I do want to say that the governor has started this conversation bravely, and what I think, Senator Haugen, the way that you could continue this conversation is to vote yes, because if you vote no, and that side prevails, then the conversation is done. If you vote yes, then if the other side starts a petition and is able to prevail and get it on the ballot, then your position that you've just presented works, right? You get your side prevails there, but at least vote yes, which continues the conversation. That if you vote no, then the conversation ends.
I will tell you, they will not have the votes in the Senate without it going to a ballot. I can tell you, I know how to count. If there's nothing else, that I know how to count votes. There is not the votes in the
Where is
Senate.
your vote, ma'am?
My vote will be to send it to the vote of the people.
We're asking you not to do that.
And I appreciate that, and I've heard you. I've heard you. Well, and that's fine.
It's probably racist, too.
Why don't you let the fundamentalist Christians talk to their Republican counterparts and let them vote no?
Who are against it regarding religion and their religion and all that stuff. It's going to make them stronger. Every time somebody refuses to vote for these rights, it makes that faction stronger. And we have to keep fighting. And it's awful.
You know what? You know what my wish would be? 10 years ago, my son was married in Germany. Now in Germany, when you get married, everybody goes to the government and gets married. And if you want to have a religious ceremony, you have it separately.
That's right, exactly. We're asking for that.
That's not what you're asking for.
Yes, we are.
They're not at that point yet, I have to tell you.
Mary Margaret, can I say something?
But let me finish. That is how I think it should be. I can tell you right now, you have ministers who are marrying gays who believe it, and I support that, if that's what their faith feels that way. But I also But I also have respect for other people with other faiths. There are people who are very different than a lot of us.
Why do you have respect for people who don't respect others?
Yeah, exactly.
And
You know what? Because I believe God loves them as much as He loves me. And I'm not judging them, He is. And that's just what I have to
Well, you're judging us.
I'm not judging them.
Excuse me, and this is a kind of an emotional
It is a very
topic for all of us, but it's more logic than anything. And on the religious side, when I used to minister, I was an evangelist, charismatic, Pentecostal for 20 plus years. This is one topic I never preached on because I didn't condone it as the religious people condoned it. Because, for one, they never read their Bible. And if they ever read their Bible, they would know that Jesus never said anything about it.
Amen.
Get back in it. Now, I don't want anybody pushing their religion down my throat of what they believe. If they believe that marriage is strictly between a man and a woman, then go for it. And if you don't believe in gay marriage, my suggestion to you is do not get yourself involved with same-sex first and get married to them. This is real simple here. It has nothing to do with someone's religion. I don't know. I've got more straight friends than I have gay friends, and I have yet to see one of them get divorced. Because of my partners and my relationships.
Exactly.
Not one has happened. I'm sorry for you homophobes who give me so much power, but I just can't take it. Now, I respect your belief, whatever your belief is. But when you're in public office, there is a separation between what you believe and what is right.
That's right.
Separate the church and state.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I respect you, I respect your position, and I respect your belief. But this is one place where your religion has no place at being.
I'm not saying it's my religion. I'm talking about the people in my district.
Well, let them speak for themselves.
We are in your district. We're taxpaying voters in your
And I have
district.
supported you and supported you.
But you're not supporting us.
On this one issue, I have told you, believe me, there are people who think that I shouldn't even vote to let the people have a decision. So I will tell you, there are people who feel just as strong. I could go to a room would be just as strong the other way. What I'm trying to be is fair. I'm trying to be fair with you. I will tell you.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
This gentleman's been very patient here.
My name is Jim Cavler. I'm a retired peace officer. I'm a conservative Republican, and I'm the father of a gay son, and I believe he should have the same rights I do.
Well done.
to many of my colleagues.
I will say that to anybody.
Yes.
I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you do. We love you.
My name is Reverend David Beanick. I'm a chaplain. I have been ordained for over 7 years, and I've been with my partner for over 11. Your statement about what the rest of your district would like holds no water. What we're asking you to do is vote in favor of civil rights. Vote in favor of civil rights. Not what your district says, but what you in your heart may or may not believe is correct. So we're asking you right now to take a stand on what is correct. And what is correct is that we are given full civil rights. Not this everything but marriage, but full civil rights.
Can you let us know when or if there will be an opportunity in Olympia for this gentleman to come and present his point of view?
I would hope there would be that opportunity. You know, I don't know what the process will be at this point. I would say it from what I would think, and the governor just came out with this, and it's going to be a governor request bill. My observation is the bill would probably start in the House, and that's what would be heard first. There's always public meetings, and that's one of the reasons I gave you the material I had that tells you when the meetings are going to be held. And we ask, I always would hope that they give consideration to people who come from a distance to give testimony. I know it's true in the Senate. Generally, this bill will probably go through a judiciary committee, is where it would go. So that you can follow along when it's going to go.
I would assume that this would be a revenue neutral issue.
I will tell you, that we are going to be spending an inordinate amount of time on this budget issue, because that is our first responsibility to do. But I'm sure this will have a hearing, and I can't tell you when or where, but I know that they will, and there will be a large crowd there, I'm sure, a large crowd on both sides. Again, I have to tell you, and you can criticize me a lot, and I'm fine. I'm not only a big girl, but I'm an old girl, and I've been criticized a lot. I truly try to represent my district. I'm often found at fault because I'm not 100% of anything. The labor find me at fault because I'm not 100% labor. Business find me at fault because I'm not 100% business. I'm found at fault because I'm not 100% on environmental issues. I will tell you that this district is very diverse with lots of different things. Anybody who will stand up and tell you I'm 100% one way or the other, and I'm representing my people, would have to have a very different district than mine. The district is very diverse.
Are you 100% civil rights?
And I understand that. And I guess I would probably disagree with you on the civil rights issue, but I don't want to debate that. Okay.
I want to know how you see this issue differently than apartheid.
There you go.
I've seen apartheid. I was in South Africa. It's a lot different than apartheid. I saw where they put the rings around the little boys' necks and set them on fire.
And they don't do that with gays?
Let's go.
Matthew Shepard.
And they're killing themselves. These poor gay kids are killing themselves.
Absolutely.
I would tell you that in this state we've come a very long ways.
Not as long as
you vote no.
If you vote no, it's a setback.
You vote no, it stops.
I respect that you're really open to speaking for everyone, but what we're talking about is an unjust law. And this is it's a legal issue and it's a legal right for everyone. And we're asking that we be included in the whole. We're not, you're not we have to represent ourselves mostly. And on occasion we have great people that can stand up with us. But we're lucky that, thank you for everybody being here. Thank you for being open to this. But I'm asking, this is about an equal rights issue. It's a bad law. It's church, it's state. And what we need is you to vote yes. I really do, and I think it's unconscious. What you're voting for, and you vote no, is you're saying, yes, the law is okay the way it stands, and it's not.
And we're less than, and we are
Not.
That's
We're not.
We have to register as a corporation to have a domestic partnership. It goes under the Department of Commerce as a corporation.
Oh, my God.
We have to carry a card so that if something happens to me, my partner can come into the hospital to visit me. You sure as hell don't have to carry something that says you have a partner. I do. She does. The majority of the people in this room who have a committed relationship have to carry a card that says we are a corporation, not a domestic partnership, not a person, but a corporation. Oh, but the big corporate America people are people. They get more power than I do. They get more right than I do to vote.
You know, I guess I have a real problem with finding fault with that law, because I can tell you a lot of seniors, and I'm being serious, there's a lot of seniors that choose not to get married who appreciate the fact.
Great, they have the choice. They have the choice.
And some of it isn't a matter of choice, some of it is financially impossible to get
because
married.
they have to choose.
And I understand, and I have heard you.
Gays don't have the choice.
I have heard you. I'm sorry.
We don't have a choice. My civil rights.
This is one of those chicken and pig stories. This is about the chicken and the pig that wanted to open a restaurant, and the chicken said, "Let's open a restaurant," and the pig said, "For you it's a passing fancy, for me it's a total engagement." For us it's a total engagement, this law. It's about our lives. For the Christian right, it's a passing idea. It's a theoretical thing, and they don't know a thing about my lifestyle, or they wouldn't be opposed to it. Margaret, what we want to know from you, Mary Margaret, is you say you support us, and I believe you have supported us in the past.
I have.
Wait, this is your constituency. There are a whole lot of fundamentalists that are not voting for you.
And I understand that, but I have responsibility.
But you have responsibility to the whole state of Washington. Right. But you have responsibility to uphold the law, not to go by the whims of the people. We didn't vote you in because we thought that you were going to do everything we wanted you to do. We voted you in because we wanted you to be wise, to do what's right, and to do what's just. And the governor did that. She wrote a speech that could go to the Supreme Court and win. And what she said was not that people don't have the right to marry. She said that the state does not have the right to tell Mary and me, who were married by Kit in her church, that we can't get a legal marriage license. That's the issue. No, well, no, it's not about that. It's about that we can't have a legal representation. We can't have a civil marriage. Okay, we are married. We are married. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but it's a discriminatory practice when the Unitarians can't marry gay people because it's not legal in the church, in the state. Right. But the fundamentalists can oppose it because it's their legal right. What we want to know, because, you're our person. We've been writing to you, we've been talking to you, we've been calling you, we give you money, we have supported you. This room has supported you. Greta Kammemeyer and Diane hold, every year they hold something that's supported for the Democratic Party, and I don't know why you have to stand up here and act as though you don't have this constituency. We are your people.
And I do believe
it's not a matter of belief.
I have come a long way.
I know. And you know what?
Come all the way.
No, I don't care.
Greta called me right away, and I talked to Greta, and I realized what I said to Greta at that time, I was being evasive, and I really was. I will tell you, right now, but let me say this, there will be no bill in the State Senate if it doesn't go to the vote of the people. Now, I have colleagues.
We care about you. We don't care about your colleagues.
Let me finish. There'll be people who will not vote for it if it does not go to the vote of the people.
So you got to start by voting yes, so it can go to the vote.
Yes. I've told you that. I won't vote for it to go to the vote of the people. I have said that.
No.
And I know you don't want that, but the truth of the matter is, that is the fact. And believe me, by my standing here and saying that to you is a huge step for me, personally. And I'm just being very honest with you. Now, you may feel I've disappointed you. I perhaps have, and I'm sorry if that's the way you feel. But you also must respect my feeling. I have to represent this district. It's not just religious fundamentalists. There are other faiths who do not believe in it.
So?
I try to have as much respect for other people as I have for you. I respect all of you.
It's separation of church and state.
And I'm not talking about church and state here.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You said it 4 times.
Please ask me a question.
A couple of things. First, I have gay family members, and I'm with everybody here. So I'm going to move on real quick. When you guys talk about the budget, I'm just going to move over to that because I'm real interested in what we're doing with a lot of these tax loopholes. Country clubs, if you buy a membership,